Oh man, if I keep reviewing Sonic games at this rate, my thumbnails will feature a female version of me in a couple of months. Sonic the fucking Hedgehog! He's the animal behind those shitty fan-made characters that plague DeviantArt. Nothing personnel, kid. In 1991, Sega released Sonic 1 for the Mega Drive and Master System and Game Gear, but that's not important. The game was a commercial and critical success, and it put the console on the map. There are flaws, of course, like speed capping, but after success, Sega decided to greenlight a sequel to the Blue Blur, now with a foxy sidekick. No, not like Sally Acorn, you pervs. This time though, the game isn't developed by Sonic Team, but by Sega Technical Institute. Fortunately, Yuji Naka, lead programmer for Sonic 1, alongside some of his colleagues, were involved in the project, after leaving Sega due to feding up with its corporate policies. With more creative freedom and a bigger salary, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 was released in 1992 for the Master System, Game Gear, and Mega Drive. I said it in that order because the 8-bit versions came first, although they were made by Aspect. But before I start the review, I'm gonna answer some questions that I made up just to clear the confusion.
Will you cover the 8-bit versions?
No, I'm gonna focus only on the 16-bit version, specifically the Mega Drive version. I said it because the game was re-releasing to multiple platforms in the last 5 or 10 years.
Are you gonna mention Knuckles in Sonic 2?
No, that will come later when I cover Sonic 3 and Knuckles, featuring Dante from the Devil May Cry series with over 20 pounds of pussy and ass. And Knuckles.
Will you stop swearing?
Will you stop swearing in your videos from now on? Fuck no, what do you think this is? A platform for kids? If this concerns you and your kids, let them watch those disturbing videos with Elsa and Spider-Man or some shit. Speaking of concerns, are you concerned about your future on YouTube since the adpocalypse? Why should I feel concerned? I don't have like 10,000 subs to have a stable channel so that I can be concerned about the adpocalypse I keep hearing about. I'm more concerned about my studies and getting a job. Are women really made from sand? Yes, definitely. I saw someone making a mermaid on a beach years ago. It's totally real, y'all. Are you doing this shitty Q&A joke to drag the running time? Oh wow, who sent the fun police? Will you start the damn review already? Only if you ask me if I love you. Do you love me? Not really. Now, the title screen may tell that it's gonna be another happy less challenging game, but don't let it fool you. It's actually more serious than it looks. Okay, it's not as serious as the first game, but believe me, one of the later stages will bite you in the ass. Emerald Hill Zone! Look how more colorful and cheerful it is! Look how helpful Tails is! At times. This is Miles per hour, aha, speed puns, aka Tails. He is your new sidekick for the game, and all he does most of the time is repeat what you do. That is, if you're playing alone. So it's kinda like the mandatory co-op mode in Resident 5, only it's not mandatory, you can play as only Sonic if you want to, which is what I did for most of the review. On the other hand, Tails is really helpful on the bosses, and if you're way too far from him, he'll come back literally flying. The controls are mostly the same, all the face buttons do is jump, and if you want to do a spin dash, you're in luck! Because this is the first Sonic game that introduces the move. All you have to do is crouch by holding the down button, then tap one of the face buttons, and then release the down button. Hooray for realism! This is what I want for a video game like this. Fuck you, Super Mario 64 and your falling damage feature. How the hell did it much get popular? Disclaimer, I actually like the game. This is just a joke. Nothing serious about it. If that offends you, I'm terribly sorry for that. Also, fuck those who think apologize for offensive jokes or pussies. I'm looking at you, Adam Buckley. The ring system is mostly the same. Get hit, you lose rings. Get hit without rings, you die. Get 100 rings, you get a life. As for special stages, you have to collect 50 rings, pass the checkpoint, and jump onto the spinning sparkling things of the pole. These pseudo 3D stages are totally different. Here you have to collect a set amount of rings in 3 stages. Be warned though, as there's bombs in stages. It takes away a few rings you collected. I'm okay with these stages as only Sonic or Tails, but as Sonic and Tails, this is just ridiculous. As I said, Tails repeats what you do like a quarter second later. And you know what that means? You could get hit by a bomb and lose rings, which infuriates me. For Christ's sake, Tails, do your fucking job right. This is why I play alone. If you actually manage to get all 7 Chaos Emeralds, yes, there's now 7 instead of 6, you can transform into Super Sonic if you have 50 rings. I won't talk more because, well, I spoiled enough of it. Instead, let me talk about the 2-player race mode. It sucks. The screens are very squished, and there's only 3 zones in a special stage. It's kinda fun at times. There's monitors where you get your places switched, but that's pretty much it. The zones are much shorter, 2 stages per zone instead of 3. And of course, the game isn't complete without its bosses. The first one is laughable. Robotnik just goes left and right, and eventually shoots a driller when he's 1 lead left. Hit him like 8 times and you're done! Zone completed! Seems fair enough so far, but unlike Sonic 1, it doesn't go downhill quick. Remember back in my Sonic 1 review what I said about the speed cap? Well, it seems like the cap has either been removed or increased, so now you can go full speed in those loops at Chemical Plant Zone. The game's first 4 zones has the platforming sections toned down for these speed zones, and what a blast! This zone consists of blue balls, oh no, grabbing spiders, water, these things, floating platforms, and pipes. Wow, what is this, Super Mario? Here, Eggman fills the container and then tries to drop it to Sonic. It's really easy to defeat him, be sure not to fall into the sides. Aquatic Ruin Zone, mercifully one of the better water zones in the series. What I like about the game is that there's only 3 water stages instead of 4. The Aquatic Ruin, just the one, is where the arrows and hidden robots come to play. What I don't like about the zone is where if you don't jump from a falling platform at the right time, you're gonna have a hard time reaching to the surface. I didn't say the best in the series. In the last act, Robotnik uses his giant hammer to hit the totem pole so that it can spew arrows. You can climb these stuck arrows and hit Eggman. And this song is so catchy. Casino Night Zone, where these slot machines can cause you to have a gambling addiction. This is what TV tropes call a briefer level, or zone in this case, where the level after and before a hard one is much easier so that you can relax after it and be prepared for the next level. I just ask you not to look up TV tropes, it sucks up your life! I like the atmosphere of the zone, I especially like the background. Here, there's only a few enemies, these moving squares, ping ball springs, more balls, and like I said, slot machines where you can try getting easy rings and lives. And, just a second. Hi, I'm Sassy Patty, and I became addicted to gambling by playing Sonic 2. Those slot machines, man! I can't get enough of them! What was I? Oh yeah, hitting Robotnik by spinning around and jumping up, got it. From Casino Night, the game's zones are now platforming stages. The first 4 zones are a lot more forgiving. Speaking of which, every 50,000 points grants you your life, and when you get 10,000 points at the stage finish, you gotta continue. The game makes you think that it's gonna be easy, but really, after Casino Night, all hell breaks loose. So see me after the break where I try to finish the game in one piece. Wait, these graphics look familiar. Isn't that the same ones from Emerald Zone, just recolored? Say what you want about Sonic recolors, but I didn't hear anybody complain about reusing tiles from earlier levels. The game's enemies are mostly unique to its zones, unlike in Sonic 1, where they reuse some of the enemies. It's okay to reuse enemies in zones, it doesn't seem to matter that much, but the variety of enemies is astonishing. Here, for example, there's these lava-friendly robot Stegosaurus and drill-launching balls. Oh crap, I've seen ball objects, but ball enemies? Why am I so concerned about balls? The music is very funky though. Eggman uses his submarine flamethrower and spews fireballs, similar to the boss at Marble Zone. I thought it was called Mystic Ruins. I fucking hate those fireflies. I don't know when they light up, and I lost my rings just as ones activate the bulb. Also moving boxes, vines and spikes. Unlike in Sonic 1, you don't die from spikes when you're flashing. Don't know why they didn't fix the bug before they released it, but this was the time before patches for console games were a thing. You just had to rely on greatest hits re-releases. The boss is also challenging as well. You must avoid the falling spikes when Robotnik is drilling. The music kinda reminds me of the Goosebumps theme song. I could make a BP joke here, but that's too easy and outdated. What's with the flying seahorses and hovering octopuses? Maybe it's just me, but this zone feels underpopulated unlike the last levels. I mean, Casino Night is also underpopulated, but Oil Ocean feels more like it than Casino Night. Oh great, it's reminding me more of Labyrinth Zone. At least the level doesn't have any water sections. The boss is really hard, but easy to beat when Eggman is floating. Fucking lasers. Alright, next zone. Just take me to heaven already! This zone makes Labyrinth Zone play like Green Hill Zone. Precise jumping, patience, annoying enemies, and the fact that this zone is 3 acts long. Let me repeat that! You don't have to tell me twice, but during the Stone Age... 3 acts long! And the worst part about the game is that it doesn't have a save feature. Like, come on, do you really expect me to finish the game in one sitting? I mean, it's no Mega Man 1, but this is 1992! At this point, save batteries are probably cheaper than... I'm not sure, but still, if this had a saving feature, I would sleep better. The funky music doesn't help that much. The boss ain't no slice of cake either, but at least it's easier than the whole zone in general. Thankfully, the rest of the zones only have 1 level each, and don't have an end level score telling when you finish it. This one is mercifully another breather level, so it's a better time to talk about the presentation. The graphics are beautiful. Sonic is more blue, the levels now don't feel very monochromatic, and, aside from Hilltop Zone, every level feels unique. Just looking at this screenshot makes me think I should put it on a frame on the wall. Woo! Pretentiousness! But seriously, it looks fantastic. That parallax scrolling, man. My favorite zone has to be Casino Night Zone. It's so majestic. The background, the foreground, the paintball stuff, it's great. I especially love how they managed to make this air grab move. Sonic now moves smoothly too. The sounds are pretty much the same, with some added ones. They still sound great, and the newer ones feel a bit ominous. The music is great as well. It's so upbeat, fast-paced, and very fitting in all levels. It's hard to pick a favorite between Chemical Plant Zone, Casino Night Zone, and Metropolis Zone. They sound fantastic. Meanwhile, at Wing Fortress Zone... No, my only friend! He may have been cheating the special stages and I barely even played with him when recording it for the review, but no! I had to be careful with Wing Fortress because there's these chickens, disappearing platforms, these things where you must not use the D-pad to get to the other side, and, well, the risk of falling. At least it gave me a chance to get a life or two. In the boss part, Robotnik tries to kill Sonic with a laser. Unfortunately, he thought it was a good idea to add in some platforms with spikes which only help Sonic destroy the laser. Whoops. Oh hi Tails, I thought you were dead there. If you want to get the game, you can try finding the original version on eBay or, if you're really lucky, at a pawn shop. There are of course other ways that you can play it. I recommend the Sonic Mega Collection version or this fantastic mobile port by Stealth and Taxman. I have the Mega Collection, so that counts. Heard the old iPhone port and the PS3 port sucks ass, so avoid them at all costs. The FX zone is kind of an anticlimactic final zone if you know the patterns well. First, there's this battle between you and this robot named Silver Sonic by the fans, where he rolls, skids, and shoots arrows at 8 different directions at the same time. Wow, didn't know Egg was as fast as Sonic! And then there's the final boss, where Robotnik uses his mecha to its advantage. It shoots arrows when you're in front, uses bombs when you're in the back, and tries smashing you. Once you learn the pattern, it's really easy to beat him. Keyword being pattern. Damn you invisible moving death boxes! Once you beat him, you'll be congratulated with this memorable landing where Tails saves Sonic with his plane, told by a black and white slideshow and this great looking cutscene. It's even better if you get all 7 air models where you get the supersonic ending. But I didn't get all of them. The fucking third special stage, man. And that concludes Sonic 2. I had some memories playing it, but mostly on an emulator. That Sega logo animation is so great! I had some difficulty with the later stages of course, Metropolis being the worst for me. It's definitely no Sonic CD, even though I think Sonic 2 is better than that. But even with its flaws, it's still, in my opinion, the best Sonic game for the Mega Drive, if not the best Sonic game ever made. Next time, I'll be questioning the existence of some spin-off games. No, I didn't think of a quirky ending. I'm just lazy.